Hello, good evening, and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How's everybody tonight? Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a good week so far. So then, tonight we're going to be taking a look at two zines for MÖRK BORG. We're looking at FERETOry and HERETIC. These are two sinful zines of community content. We're big fans of MÖRK BORG and all of its variations that have been released so far, and we thought we would go back to the original game and look at some of the zines that are available that the community has contributed to, and essentially get to enjoy a lot of fantastic roll tables and amazing ideas that have been compiled in these two expansions. My thanks, of course, to Free League Publishing for providing copies of FERETOry, I hope I'm getting that right, and HERETIC. You guys know I am awful at names. I even had to go and check what it meant, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So yes, my thanks to Free League Publishing for providing copies for us to take a look at. I guess it's a little bit spoilery, but given the nature of MÖRK BORG and given the fact of it's a lot of random tables, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue if players get to see some of the elements that they may encounter during their games. But of course, if you want to stop, then by all means do so. Alright, let's jump to the table and take a look. So, here we go. MÖRK BORG FERETOry. I've got to say it with a kind of an Italian accent because, from what I understand, a FERETOry is a casket that you put the remains of a dead saint within. So that seems quite apt for this particular zine, as it's dealing with death, devilry, and strange forbidden knowledge, lost souls, cursed treasure, and the road to damnation. Nice. And then we will take a look at HERETIC after that. So let's jump on in. I'm going to bring the good old dice tray just down here, because I dare say that we might want to roll on some of these tables to see what we get. That's always part of the fun, isn't it? Alright, so of course if you are accustomed to MÖRK BORG, then you will instantly recognise the art style, and of course when I first looked at this game it absolutely flummoxed me as far as trying to work out what on earth was being written in this amazing text. And I haven't got any better, you'll be glad to know. I still find it a challenge, but a pleasurable one, because I do enjoy the graphic design within MÖRK BORG and these zines as well. So I should shout out, of course, to, hopefully I get these names correct, Pell Nielsen and Johan Noah, I'm going to go with Noah, who are the creators of MÖRK BORG. But as I think I explained, this is this zine is created from community content. So as it says, the MÖRK BORG Cult is our community content program where anyone can create stuff and send it our way. If we like it, we edit it, we make art, and we lay it out for a free download on mörkborg.com. So this is a compilation of, I guess, some of the designers and the artists' most favourite community created elements. So let's jump on in. We're not going to look at everything. We'll flick our way through and see what takes our fancy. But straight away, just like the interior of the core rules, we have some elements here to take a look at. What do we have here? The monster approaches, and we got a table A, B, and C, dragging one limb with throbbing exposed glands, absorbing all sound, eerie dead quiet. gosh. Okay, gonna have to roll on this one straight away. So this is a D12. Let's clear these dice up. Let's see what we get. This is what I so enjoy about MÖRK BORG, is all of these tables we can roll on. There's my D12. Alright, so what do we get? We've got an 8. A blinding white. 4. With shrunken arms. 5. Fading in and out of sight. What kind of monster might that be? But who knows? Terrible traits on a D20. Let's see what we get. These could be for maybe our character. Let's see. We got an 18. Oh, makes necklaces of fingers. Maybe it's not our character. Let's hope not, anyway. Necklaces out of fingers. No, not good. Alright, moving on. So what's this? The Road to Damnation. Travel across the dying world. So this is... Is this a little area for us to explore? So we've got the Valley of the Unfortunate Dead, the Endless Sea, and then we have some details. So things that happen on the road as we are travelling around. Because I think MÖRK BORG itself is set in Galgenbeck, isn't it? So this is these events that we get to... Yes, so what's the road like? Events on the road? I think that says travel checklist. Keep track of food and water. Remember to roll for the calendar of Necrubel daily. Roll for weather. Okay. So we could find out what our road we could. And this is our travel time from one location to another. Let us want to go to Bergen Crypt. So it would take a D6 plus 5 days to get us to the Valley of the Unfortunate Dead, and then a D8 plus 2 to get to the crypt. We could roll on what's the road like. Well, let's find out. That's a D8. There's my D8. There it is. It's a 4. Once well-maintained trade road that has now fallen into disrepair. What event might we encounter on the road? It's an 11. Castle ruins stand out against the sky. It's infested with savage crows. A blind alchemist resides in the remaining tower. So maybe we go and take a look. Let's see what else we have. Ah, there's more. So, spending a day foraging. The village is. So maybe we found a village and we could roll on this table. Leading the... Is that leading? Leaving? I'm going to go with leaving the road. After half a day's journey, you encounter... See, I'm always going to get... I'm going to fumble on some of these fonts. Nightly campsite events. Oh, well, let's try that one. It's a D12. Let's try what is happening at the night time. It's a 6. A wild beast. A fox, a wolverine, a sludge ape steals D4 rations of food. The PC with the highest presence test notices. Alright, cool. This is good. I like it. A bestiary and hunting rules. And actually, does it have... So we had the monster generator, Road of Damnation. Is that easy? Yeah. Oh, eat, pray, kill. See, I actually find that looking at the contents page possibly is the easier way for me to know what I'm talking about. Oh, and that's cool. So we do actually have a credit for the person who created this. Not going to look over there. When stomachs growl and there's no inn in sight, successful test presence to see what potential feasts you locate. Roll a d6 on a region table. If you fail, don't worry, you still may find things to kill, although there's probably a mishap in there for you. How much meat is there? How many are there? Okay. So, hunting mishaps. In the belly of the beast you find. But what type of creatures do we find? Here we go. We've got... That looks like some kind of is it anti-deer? Ah, is this talking about the actual different places? Because we've got goats. Evil goats. Larebird. Freeford's pheasant. Peasant. Yes. Oh, this is good. So this all links to the various areas that we saw in the map. So we've got different creatures in the different areas. Ah, right. So we were going... Where were we going? We were going to Bergen Crypt. Let's see what is there. No, it's going to be a little bit further along. Here we go. Here we go. D6. All right. Let's roll the red die. Oh yeah, there we go. We get a monkey one. The tunnel sneak moves silently through catacombs, cracks, and crevices, seeking its next meal. Although the size of a grown man, its malleable form fits through the most unlikely openings. And so we do have some details. The PC with the highest presence makes a DR14 test after tracking down a tunnel sneak. Failure means it found you first, and a random party member is hit with a sneaky claw strike at D6 plus 3 damage. Nice. And yeah, we got a bit of an illustration board. What do we find in its belly? We're going to assume that we did kill it. Because we're after food, aren't we? So let's find a D10. Here we go. That's a 4. A sharp bone, usable as a piercing weapon. So that's what we found in the belly of the beast. This is cool. I do want to cover more kind of zines on the channel. So if you have any suggestions, then let me know in the comments. Because I think these are good fun. So, what's this? Oh, we're going to go to the Death Ziggurat. Did I get that right? Okay. So this looks like a bit of an adventure. We've got various areas, and we've got the ziggurat up at the top here, the concealed in mist. We've got an acropolis, spiral chapel, frozen lake, a priest camp, cave opening, cultist camp. Yeah, this does look like an adventure. The depression, where's the depression? Death obsessed cultists. Okay, 1 hex, 15 minutes, 1 random event. Gosh, there's just so much detail and all these great roll charts. That's what I really, really like about the game. Oh, there we go. So we got the Spiral Chapel. I want to see where the priest camp, foul-smelling cave opening. Leads to cold, dark passages where undead lurk. After almost an hour, it ends in a large, rotting mouth leading to the woods outside. Half an hour's walk from the cultist camp. The mouth is closed and only opens when blood is dripped on it. I like it. So actually, so I think the depression is everything. It's within this area, isn't it? I understand. So yes, we go through this rotting mouth to the cave opening, and that leads us into this area here for us to explore. Okay, that's cool. We got the necropolis, the ziggurat. Is a ziggurat? Is that a blocky kind of pyramid? I think it might be. We do then have some monsters and NPCs. We have rot priests, the undead, cultists. Cool. So, looking at this little adventure, this sort of sandbox adventure here, it's only a couple of pages, and that's what I really appreciate. The good thing about Mörk Borg, it's very quick to play, very easy to create your characters, to learn the core rules and just get playing. And for the GM, you're just rolling things up. So every session, it's fun for the GM as well, because you don't quite know what's going to happen. And there's definitely some comedy to be had there. And of course, because of its sort of grim, dark, medieval setting, you know, players know that their characters are not necessarily going to last. And there's a lot of humour to be had in the way that you find your demise. What do we have here? D100 items and trinkets. That is a lot of items. Let's... Do I have... There we go, we've got a D100, and let's get a D10. Let's see what we find. Well, that looks like 19. No, 19. An exquisite silk glove. Yeah, that's gonna do me lots of use in this terrible landscape that I'm in. How on earth you're supposed to say that is the goblin grinder? But I love it. I love it. But you see, I can cheat because I saw it on over the other side of the page. So this... Is this another little adventure? I think it is. So we've got some characters here. Got a little bit of a description as to what's happening. We've got a shop. Now, is that part of this? Or is it something new? Goblin grinder. No, I think 47. Yeah, I think this is all part of the same one. So what we have is we do have... Where is it set? Got a shop. Ah, so what's this, the derelict hill? Looks like maybe a windmill type of setting, doesn't it? Or maybe that's why it's called a goblin grinder. Is it something like that? Barricade, cannonball. Again, I like how things are set out. It's just nice and clear. This is actually, I appreciate this. I like the fancy artwork in some of the key points here, that obviously is a challenge. But when you come to the actual game itself, having it in a legible font certainly helps. We got a laboratory. The goblin grinder itself. Shockingly awful smell, ear-splitting churn of the grinder, smoky haze. Okay. This... Gosh. The Tenebrous Reliquary. Well, yeah, it's a load of weapons. Let's go with that. Plasmic? Is that plasmic tool? Spill blood over this profane idol while resting and roll a die. Spilled blood becomes red poison. Until next rest, agility and strength tests are +2. Short dagger. Tentacles of Zen. Voodoo fire. Veil of blood. This is cool. Oh, and there's more. Cup of Peace. A beautiful ceremonial cup, a beautiful ceremonial gold and silver cup. Drinking from it triggers a DR16 toughness to not die of acute poisoning. Okay, someone's got a wicked sense of humour then. Finger paintings of the insane. Slick, oily paints forever wet upon an old wooden palette. Those touching any of the colours must test toughness DR12 or lose themselves for a minute painting the nearest surface with heretical imagery. That should be in the next book. The Heretic book. This is cool. Lots of great items to be found. Reliquary. Reliquary. The Grey Galf. Galf? What's a Galf? But it sounds like it's an inn. Would you prefer the select menu? Oh, cool. So, it costs 4 silver to go to the select menu. Ah, I see you lack funds. 2 silver gets you something else. Let's see what we might have acquired. Let's go with the select menu first. It's a 3. Oh my goodness. Galgabecken stew with whole embryonic boars. Delicious. Yeah, not quite convinced on that one. Let's do the low budget. 3 again. Sour celery pudding with a side of compressed last week's meat. To be honest, that sounds more appetizing. I think I'd go for the second option and save myself 2 silver pieces. Why is the innkeeper twitching? D10. What's wrong with this innkeeper? Where's my D10? There it is. It's a 5. Judging by the droppings, something has gotten into, well, everything. Okay, so maybe we don't, at least hopefully with this, oh, I don't know. Sour celery pudding, if it has some maybe dark dots. There's some currants in there. Yeah, those are not currants. But number 1, Kathleen the Castrator Keen, the Bandit Queen, is hiding in the loft. Like it. Oh gosh. Patreon traits. 3 dead skulls. Gambling dregs want to play. So this is a gambling game. Name the innkeep, the treacherous gamblers, and the other patrons. We got a whole roll table of names. That's cool. So this is an actual character. This is the cursed Skinwalker, a shape-shifting class. So you should have died, but something grabbed hold of your soul as it seeped into the river of death and sealed you once again in mortal flesh. Only this time, the cage is not yours alone. In the afterlife's currents, your soul mingled with another dying creature's, leaving you halved. Now you live a shared existence, locked in everlasting struggle between man and monster. You should have died. I want to know what we're going to turn into. So, but if we get a little bit of backstory. So when you first died... Oh, here we go, let's do this. This is good. 4. You first died by a friend's hand. Ah! Maybe turning into this beast might be advantageous to us. But let's see what beast we are going to be. That's a 2. A flayed and dripping wolf. That's pretty horrific and perfect for the artwork. But what else could we be? A murder-plagued rat. A bone-skulled raven. A life and death lizard. But there's only one that I'd have to go for. A doom-saying monkey. I have a third eye, allows you to read unclean scrolls. This monkey knows the doom. We then have another class, an alien class. You lurk on settlements' fringes, observing, perhaps judging, but rarely interacting. You are fundamentally other and belong nowhere. You experience bouts of incoherent madness and self-destructive rages, but, mostly, you await the inevitable in solitary resignation. Interesting. So does this mean that the world of MÖRK BORG has had UFOs, and maybe this character was left in the world? They know that the end is nigh, and they're just waiting, watching, observing. Cool, but you got some blessings. Oh, you call yourself Abhorred Awaits the Dust. That's interesting. And very mystical, a very grey one. The pale one, of course, yes. And then Dead God's Prophet. A blasphemous class. Voices in your head tell you what to do. At least you think so. You are the prophet of a god slain by the basilisk. She within Bergen Crypt's wretched peaks. Now no one wants to hear the words of your god, but you still can, day and night, like hot wires through your brain. And we have gifts, incoherent, sophisticated babble, ichor of rot, in death I live. When you die, make a DR14 presence test. If you pass, your god refuses your passage into the afterlife, and you recover with 1 hit point. Otherwise, your body is consumed in holy flames. That's cool. And then we get to the end. What do we got? Oh, wow. I love the design on these things. They're brilliant. The Forlorn Philosopher. The road of an unreasoning maze, every temple soaked in blood, each destination drenched in gloom. You once thought that cold analysis might tame fate itself. Now that dream of reason has decayed to shifting madness, and only the cold remains. Oh, I think this is another character, isn't it? Yes. And then, what are these? The Tables of Obscurity? Oh, wow. Made from the clay of the Valley of the Unfortunate Undead, these ochre tablets are relics of a forgotten mind cult. So rare that they can be sold for 100 silver. Each tablet counts as a normal-sized item. Okay, we need... Let's roll. D10. Let's see what we get. What tablet might we find? A 2. Oh, gosh. Is that Carno Organic Speleophagy? It Learn to read. Transmographies. It transforms a child-sized rock into burnt, chewy meat. Feeds D4 famished people. Oh, hang on, I've done the wrong one. That's number 5. Number 2. Total matter comprehension. See, I should have gone for that one. Mends or breaks a normal-sized item, mundane or otherwise, including armor, and increases, decreases one tier and weapons. Right, there you go. That's a pretty nifty tablet. But I like how this actually is a sort of metallic piece of... I don't know quite how they do it, but yeah, you can see it's shining against the light. That's really cool. And then, of course, you know, we have something on the inside back, and on the back page itself, the black salt. So this is the black salt wind, and we have wind strength. If we fail, then we have consequences of the failed test. Let's find out what happens if this black salt wind consumes us. Let's imagine that it's going to be pretty bad. Oh, it's a 10. Brutal and unending soot cough. You spray black saline ichor. Rumored cures range from healing fountains to terrible blood rituals. Without treatment, you perish in D2 weeks. But we're all gonna die eventually anyway, so it doesn't matter. With FERETORY, hey, but that's the last time tonight I'm saying it. We have... Oh gosh, what is it actually? I can't read what that says. But this is... I believe it's the original version of MÖRK BORG. A very cut down, so a slightly adapted and translated version of a solo micro game that became MÖRK BORG. Grab a handful of dice, pencil, and paper and begin your perilous delve into the Dark Fort. Of course, that's what it says. And here you got these really cool, very minimalist character sheets. And those essentially are your rules. And I love this. This is brilliant. This does remind me of some of the game rules that I used to play with a friend back when I was a kid. Used to get them on mail order, and it would literally just be typed out, obviously with a typewriter at the time. Very, very simplistic, couple of pages, little bit of artwork. So yeah, this is cool. This is bringing back, and I love the notes that are put on in here as if it's one of those. It was like a pen that I used to have in school, blue inked pen. Was it B-roll? Every kid had them at the time. Cool. I like that. That's very, very good. And I do believe that they do make more of these type of things. I'm going to have to investigate. So, FERETORY. Gonna go with that. We got it. Heretic. Can say this one easily. So, let's see. Is it something similar? Seeds of a cult. Sacrilegious songbird. Graves left wanting. You are cursed. Borg rotten nurse. Nurse for rot. Shedding vicar. Unheroic feats. These are but some of the delights that you will find contained within. So again, we have lots of tables to explore. Seeds of a cult. Yes, we are going to create our very own cult. Let's do that. So, what's this? This is a D12. That's the right one. This is the name of our cult, to which it is forbidden to utter aloud, but, you know, given that this is mainly audio here, we're going to have to do it. So, woe betide anybody else who may issue this name. That's a 7. The Ruins of... Let's go read. The Ruins of Dawn. That is the name of our cult. The cult is... What are we into? 4. Thriving or would be if only. Oh. Okay. Okay, so the Ruins of Dawn is thriving or would be only if a key member, perhaps the leader. So this is 3d10. Let's find out what this leader's like. Is a 4. Is unseen. The unseen. 5. Executor. 8. Who water cannot touch. Where's our headquarters? Where's the headquarters of the Ruins of Dawn? I'm going to go with that. That's a 4. Beneath in Galgenbeck. Okay, that's cool. I like that as a cult. In order to reach the Shimmering Fields, one must... 17. Keep a diet of herbs, meat, and drugs. Okay. Then truly hate... Oh, gosh. Right, 17 again. Intruders hesitant to embrace the one true cult. Okay. That's funny. So, this is actually a duplicate, same as this one. Yes, so you can get it on 7 and on 17. That's funny. Alright, so we got... That's our cult, but now we have unheroic feats. So when getting better, if not using an optional class, you may instead gain a feat. You may also gain an additional feat each time you get better. So let's find out. This is roll D66. Let's see what we get. We're going to go with 35 on that one. A herbalist healer. You spent what seemed like an eternity under the haze. I can't quite work out. Apprenticeship of your master herbalist. You left with new outlook on life and a few extra skills. So once per day you may scrounge to find the necessary herbs and flora to create an infection curing elixir that also heals D4 HP. And then test presence DR12 to attempt this treatment. Failing instead creates a toxin dealing D4 damage. There's always something bad happening. But we got quite a few different feats here. Reckless Attacker, Negotiator, Power Word, the word that be whispered dark secrets in your ears whenever you walk. Their incessant chittering never gives you peace. You innately know one random sacred or unclean power. We got an additional character class. This is the Bard. Always the bringer of unwelcome sounds, your vocation as a bard left you destitute and disreputable until the rueful day when a being of impious character made you the deal of a lifetime. Your soul may be screaming, but your throat sings sweetly, and your purse ever sweeter, a small price to pay. Wow, you did a deal with the devil. That's cool. Like it. And the Shedding Vicar. Armour is weak, clothing a sin, and skin an abhorrent vanity. King Sigfum's hubris needs to be stripped from the lands, from our bodies. As skin is shed and scabs peeled, the day when the wounds don't heal is the beginning, and we must seek absolution. The first peel is always the worst, but remember, at the end of pain lies the promise of true vindication. And it's deliberately written so that all the letters are all together, which makes it even harder to read. But I like it. Graves left wanting. This, I think, is an actual adventure site. We have quite a cemetery here. There's a lot of dead in the world of MÖRK BORG, isn't there? So this is the actual graveyard. We got the Widow Wraith. The Plague Pit. The Colander Room. And again, this is... I thought that was actually something in the book there, and of course it's not. It's all printed in. So this is cool. The Shadow King's Sewer. Is that part of it? I think it is, isn't it? Yep. Shadow King's Sewer. So we basically got our map, we got the various locations with information. Maybe a little bit of a roll table on those. Key elements, we already know. Oh, we got hungry zombies, a half-build raven, rotted skeleton. The Undertaker's hut. And then a twist of fate. This is another adventure. This is within a dungeon, a gluttonous dungeon. Bit of a crawl, starting at the beginning here. It's a nice simple path for us to explore. But very weird and twisted. You are cursed. Okay, I'm going to go with that. What type of curse do we have? D20. It's a 20. You cannot feel joy, pleasure, or satisfaction. Life is miserable and pointless. You amount to nothing. No one cares about you. Also, now you're cursed with a headache. Ah, not too far from the truth. Then, oh gosh. Then say one can... They say... Oh, hang on. No. Then... Is that an S? One can help you. Who? So this is someone's going to help us. That's all we need to know. D10. Who's going to help? 5. Hidden in the crypt of Ictin is a tome, Souls of Distemper, in which various anti-hex rituals are described. Durkan the Troll Killer knows its location, but will not go there. Right. So how do I get rid of this melancholy? Let's do this D12. A 12 again. Swim alone in a dark lake on a moonless night. A being from beyond will come and eat the curse. But whatever you do, do not... What? But where's the rest? It's not here. Ah, you see... Again, I love the humour that's in these books. These are absolutely spot on. We move on to the Merchant, a mysterious peddler. What does the Merchant have for sale? Oh, okay, here we go. So, depending, I think, is this the different locations? Oh, trying to work out. Again, it's helpful when they put on in the ordinary text. so that you can actually read it. I like the fonts, I like how the art and that, but sometimes you do need to just have the basic text. So, but I've also found that sometimes when I'm looking at the actual book, I can't read it. When I look through the camera, I can. We've got Stone Dagger, Tonga the False Prophet, Two-Headed Silver King. I want to say is that Wasteland? Ever. See, I can't work out what that is. VE Land, whatever that is. The black powder weapons for the rich and foolhardy. So this is bringing in pistols, it would seem. Blunderbuss. Yeah, pistolet, yes. And of course we experience pistols in the MÖRK BORG world, I guess, with Pirate Borg, which we really enjoy. Sepulchre of the Swamp Witch. Let's go with that. Serpent Drug Cult. Again, we have a nice little dungeon to explore here. The different locations. I like how we have a little bit on each of the locales, and then we have in a sort of margin who we might meet there. So it's very handy for the GM to be able to look at this, get the key information straight away. The Cult Bedroom. Worship Hall, the Snake Pit, the Garden. Oh, this is nice. This is good. We had the main map, didn't we? Ah, that's clever. I like that. Yeah, we got the main map here that you could print out and be able to share with the players. What's number 1 is the entrance. Number 2 is the common hall. So that's instantly. But then we've got these maps here where it just highlights the different locations. That's really handy. We have a tomb. We have the Swamp Witch herself. Oh gosh. A wish made while an unwilling human is sacrificed on the altar somehow comes true. I need to roll on this. Let's find out what wish comes true. It's a 2. The altar cracks straight through, weakening the Swamp Witch to 1 HP, making it possible to kill her permanently. And misery instantly activates. Nothing can ever restore the altar. Okay. We got a monster. The Bone Boyer. Boyer. Jeez, how are you supposed to work that out from there? Thankfully, it's a bit easier here. Oh gosh, yeah, can't do that one. Oh, here we go. Is the Bog Bitor? Oh no, it's Borg Bitor, wasn't it? That was it. Saw it at the beginning. And then we got the Rotten Nurse. The Nurse of Rot, which again is another little dungeon to explore. Again, I like the use of pages flapping over. And typically I read the back of books when we present them on the channel, but I'm not going to go for this one. My inner light is evil spark, illuminating all in dark. Oh gosh. See, I can do that part, and then this. Me, you're withered all when I die. Within my pale, my spark in you shall be a flame. All souls by this shall be defamed. We're going to go with that. And then we get this poster map. And this is it's a dungeon. I'm not quite sure how this works, to be honest. It's very different. So it does. I think it has here. We have a bridge because it's basically a graphical dungeon. It's definitely different. We have the halls. Is this chambers here? What's this now? The well. Is this the well? Yeah, because this is a well. Climb to the well vault. Here. We got the crypts. We had the throne. So we got here. Oh, okay, so yeah, makes sense that this is the little key to it. It's just a different way of presenting a dungeon. But yeah, definitely different. Different is the word. So, there we go. That is 2 community-driven zines for MÖRK BORG. I really enjoy these. These are so much fun. It's obviously always fantastic when the community are so passionate about a game system that they want to go out and create content for it. I like the fact of that you can create things for MÖRK BORG in very sort of bite-sized pieces, and the diversity of imagination in this is absolutely brilliant. You never quite know what you're going to encounter on each page. So I really like these, and of course they will add so much to your potential game sessions in MÖRK BORG, maybe giving you extra characters, finding different kinds of loot. Obviously a couple of adventures are in there as well, little dungeon crawls, aren't they? So I definitely say these are a worthwhile addition if you are into MÖRK BORG. And I do believe, as it said at the beginning, that these are available on the MÖRK BORG website to be able to take a look at and to download. This just has them in a collected edition for you. So there we go. Yep, totally. Really rate both of those. They're a lot of fun. But you guys know I really enjoy roll tables anyway, don't I? I find them a lot of fun. Okay, so next week, all being well, we're going to be taking a look at another series of books. Let's get to the right one. There we go. We're going to be taking a look at Jackal's Bronze Age fantasy role-playing from Osprey Games. And in fact, we're going to be looking at the core rules and then 2 of the expansions, Travellers on the Road and The Fall of the Children of Bronze, which is a grand campaign of 14 linked adventures. So we'll take a flick through those on Monday evening from 7 o'clock. Hopefully you'll be able to join me then. We'll also then see what might be happening on the Wednesday of that week. It's a little bit up in the air at the moment, but I will post out the details via social media once I can get something confirmed. So until Monday next week, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining me this evening, and look forward to seeing you next time. But until then, bye for now.